I wanted to make sure that everyone had a space that was closed off and they could have their privacy. Whenever you live tiny, it's extremely important for everything to have a home. There are trying times, but I think you really overcome a lot and you figure out a lot about yourself.
Hi, we're the Gossip family. Here's our bus.
Come check it out. Welcome inside our bus. We're gonna actually start with the kitchen today. So I think the thing that is most important in the kitchen is how much storage we have. So it has everything that I had in my original kitchen in our home. We have all of this storage up here, which even holds our ice maker, and we actually use glass for everything, and believe it or not, it never breaks. Up here, we have a full pantry. We love to cook, so having all the food that we need and everything to cook it is really important. So as you can see here, it is fully stocked. It makes our life so much easier to not have to go anywhere. Plus, whenever we are off grid, we don't have to worry about going to the grocery too often. We have just our trash, which is built in, which is really nice, as well as 3 drawers right here, which hold all of our spices. And then all of our forks and knives, and then even our Tupperware is held right down here. We do have a gas stove, which we love, but I've also made it a priority to have different things we can actually cook on as well. So this year we actually bought this, which I don't know if many people have, but it's just a cooktop and it helps keep the heat down in the bus. So that's really nice. Oh, we do have a 12-volt fridge, so that's pretty cool. And it is always stocked as well. We like to make sure that we always have tons of food in here. And then made sure to build in storage above the refrigerator as well. So there is not any spot that is missing storage. So we actually have, this is real penny tile, so it's not like a stick-on or anything. And we went with white because we thought it brightened up the place. And then to go along with that, we made these out of, these are Butcher Block. And so they were actually painted white, and then epoxy was poured over the top of it, which we think is pretty cool. So we decided to go with a huge sink. It is gigantic. It was kind of a big deal to make sure that we had enough space to have inside the bus. But for laundry purposes, even though we do have a washer and dryer, I wanted to be able to hand wash clothes and have enough room to be able to do our dishes whenever we're off grid and have a bucket in here to be able to do them. So this was pretty important. I know a lot of small spaces have small sinks, and I think it's actually really difficult to do dishes in a very small sink. And we're a family of 4, so we need a big sink to do that. I think my favorite part of the kitchen is that it's in a triangle situation, so it's really easy to like cook, and it's very functional. Even though we only have a very small walking space, it's very easy to work in here. And even whenever we're all 4 in here, it flows very nicely. So I think that's my favorite part of it. So there were a lot of things that went into us deciding to do this. We had twin boys that were graduating high school, and we wanted a different life. We were kind of tired of the same things over and over again, so we wanted something small. We love the idea of purging. We like to throw things away. And so it was a really good opportunity to get rid of a lot of stuff, including our home. We both had some health scares that came up within the 2021 year-ish, and it really made us kind of focus on what we want in our life and what we value and what we think is really important.
Yeah, I think the time that COVID sent us all home too, we really enjoyed our time together and spending every day together, and using that time outside. So we were like, let's figure out how to do this like all the time.
Okay, now we're in the living room, which is a nice cozy area for our family. We have about a 5.5-foot couch, which is pretty cool. It's actually really comfortable. These pillows we've used for extra storage. So these have all of our snow gear and everything in them. Underneath this couch, we actually have a ton of storage. So it keeps all of our things that we don't use all that often. This is probably my favorite part of our living room area, which is our new table. We made this whenever we were back home, but we actually had a fireplace that was here. So we decided to scrap it and we put in a diesel heater. And then we're still able to access all the storage that's underneath here. So we keep all of our oil filters and coolant and everything that we need for the paint, some extra tools, we keep all underneath there. And it's super easy to get to. With that being said, whenever we added our diesel heater, we didn't realize how much it was actually going to heat up the bus. It really keeps this place warm. We only have one, which is back here in this part of the bus, but you can feel it all the way to the very back whenever we have it on. So it's pretty awesome. And we have a ton of storage in here as well. So on each side, we keep all of our dog items for our little doggy. And my husband works from the bus in here. So we actually have a full office setup. So all of our computers and extra screens are in here. And then above the TV, we have our full stereo system, which we have speakers outside the bus and actually inside the bus as well. So we can turn them on and off into each location, which is pretty cool. We listen to music almost every day, all day. We do have a TV in the bus. A lot of people don't have TVs in their buses, but we thought it was pretty important. This is our house. We had a couple whenever we had our big home, and we think it's important to just have a homey atmosphere and be able to cuddle up and watch movies just on a Friday night as well. This is actually my favorite room in the whole bus. So whenever I was designing the bus and the layouts of the bus, I started with this room. Our girls are very important to us, and we wanted to make sure that they had a place that felt like was theirs and was big enough for them and had everything that they needed. So each of the girls has a twin bunk, which is plenty of room for both of them. And then below each one, they have storage. So they each have a smaller drawer, which keeps all their books in. And then they each have a large drawer for all of their clothes. And it's like super organized. We added portholes into their bedroom, which we think is pretty cool. We haven't seen, I don't think, any other buses with portholes, but it just adds like kind of a bit of whimsy in their room. So the girls have a desk area that they both can sit at comfortably. They have stools that actually double as our laundry. So they'll put their dirty clothes right in there, which is pretty awesome. We actually just redid those, so they're a lot more comfortable now. We made sure that we put pegboard on the walls so they can put all their art supplies or really any of their little knickknacks, because I want them to have their stuff, but I don't really want it to just be chaos. I like things to look neat and tidy, and I think whenever you live tiny, it's extremely important for everything to have a home. Another really cool thing that we did is, because we had to build this part up, we put in a vacuum right here. So that's pretty cool. I haven't seen any other buses with that either, but the wheel wells are right underneath here. So instead of letting this space go to waste, we actually put a vacuum in there. So we can just sweep everything down and sweep everything in, and then it's gone. The bus to purchase was right around $15,000. It was gutted and the roof raise was done. It was really important for us to find a Cummins engine in our school bus. It was just really important to have a mechanical bus. I wanted to be able to fix parts and not have to worry about anything electrical. We think it costs a little bit more up front to find that bus, but it was really important for us. I think $60,000 was put into it for the actual build, and we've done some upgrades and those kind of things, but we think it's definitely worth every penny of it. Coming on back through the girls' bedroom, we are actually in our bathroom. It's a pretty small space, but it works perfectly. So I wanted to make sure that everyone had a space that was closed off and they could have their privacy. So there's a sliding door here. There's actually a sliding door here, which completely closes in the bathroom. So no one is seeing in here at all. And then the girls' area actually closes off as well. So that way everybody gets privacy whenever they wanted. We're big showers. We like to shower every day. We have a tiled shower, so we use Penny Tile, the same that was used in the kitchen. We do have a nice big shower head, so I think we get, it's like a gallon and a half per minute, so we save whenever we're off grid, which is pretty nice. So we actually have a 75-gallon fresh water tank. Our water heater heats great, and so we get plenty of pressure back here. So yeah, showers happen all the time. A composting toilet. We have a teeny tiny sink back here because, like I said, we have the big one up in the kitchen, and this is great for just teeth brushing and washing our face and hands. And tons of storage because I think you know that that's how I roll. So everything is extremely organized. This basically houses a full bathroom that was in a regular house, which is right in here. We are in the last bedroom of the bus, which is my husband and I's bedroom. We have a queen bed, which is smaller than what we had before. I really did want a king bed in here, but it was just not possible because I wanted to make sure that we had a washer and dryer as well. Being able to wash our clothes is really important. I like clean. I know it seems kind of crazy, but I like stuff orderly and I like stuff clean. So even though we live this life and we're off grid and in these, dirty, amazing places, I really like to have our home be clean. And I wanted to also make sure that we had a closet in here for our clothes as well. We actually have the original window to the bus, which still works. So it can open up back here. We have a mini split, which is great because not only does it cool, but it heats as well. And because we have these sliding doors, we can actually close the doors, which close the bedrooms. So the air stays just in these rooms while we're sleeping at night, which is great for efficiency. So underneath the bed is where we keep all of our batteries. We have 4 200 AH lithium batteries that are underneath there with our Victron system as well. So it's a great place to store it. It's easy to get to if there's any issues. We are looking to add more battery, which I think everybody always wants to add more batteries. But anyway, that's where everything is housed. So it's nice and easy to get to. I think that there are trying times, but I think you really overcome a lot and you figure out a lot about yourself and how strong you are of a person. So those little setbacks and kind of things that are scary, I think deter a lot of people from doing it because they worry so much about those kind of things. But you kind of just get over them and you move forward and you figure them out.
I don't think anyone's ever completely ready. Except take the plunge. Yeah, we don't really reflect on, things we've given up or lost or don't experience anymore. There's just so much to experience on the road that it really overshadows the rest of it. These new experiences and new places and these new people that we get to meet is just pretty amazing.
And I think if you're wanting something new and you're wanting to grow as like a human being, I think this is the best way to do it. Travel is amazing. Everybody should do it. Thank you for coming to our home. We hope you loved it as much as we do.